Hey guys, we are back at it again with our Things You Didn't Know series, and in this particular episode of Anime Balls Deep, we are covering Deku from My Hero Academia, who personally is one of my favorite characters from anime due to what he represents and how similar he is to Naruto of never giving up on your dreams. And as a treat, our sponsors Anime Ryo, which sells anime clothing, is offering 15% discount code through this video on My Hero Academia products with the code ABDHero and 10% off other products with the code ABDSquad. Make sure to check it out in the description and the comment section below. Also guys, as always, don't forget to smash that like button as well as hitting that notification bell to be reminded whenever we upload. With all that out the way, let's get started. Izuku Midoriya's first name, when broken down, contains the kanji for green, valley, and coming out being from a certain place a long ago. This is probably why the creator Horikoshi has given Deku green hair, on top of having a green hero costume to emphasize on his name and pun. A lot of mangakas tend to do this whilst naming their characters, such as the creators of Naruto, Hunter x Hunter and One Piece. But guys, Izuku's name goes even deeper because the kanji is also a homophonous, which means having the same pronunciation as another word with a different meaning, origin or spelling. In Izuku's case, it's homophonous to the number 9, which actually refers to him being the 9th user of the One for All that he inherited from All Might. His nickname Deku is also another reading of his name Izuku, but written with a different kanji. It has a very deep meaning in the anime for what it represents. Deku can literally mean puppet or wooden figure and is an insult for someone who can't achieve anything. This was the name Midoriya received from bullies such as Bakugo when they were little. The name Deku is actually used as a character development and kinda like an insignia to Midoriya as he flips the meaning to the opposite of what it was actually intended to be. This is because the word Deku can be understood in many other ways. For example, uraraka finds the name inspiring because it's similar to DEKIRU, which means to be able to do. After realizing this double meaning, Izuku proudly holds the name Deku as his badge. And a fun thing to note that in the fun animation dub of the anime, Bakugo actually says the nickname is an abbreviation for Defenseless Izuku, taking the letters from the start and end, where the DE is from Defenseless and the KU is from Izuku, making Deku. Deku's initial concept for My Hero Academia was derived from a one-shot manga titled My Hero, which the creator Horikoshi originally made in the year 2008. And in that one-shot manga, Midoriya was drastically different from the one we see today, where one big difference is that Deku is an adult and not a teenager. Another difference was Deku's name was actually Jack Midoriya, and he worked in a company which sells hero items, much like some characters we see in the anime. Midoriya in this one-shot is also very sickly with his demeanor and body type. This trait and design was later given to All Might. In addition, Deku's hero costume was very similar to 10-year leader's costume, but obviously scrapped. And Jack, just like Izuku, also had no superpowers, but in his case, he used gadgets to fulfill his desire as a hero. He wasn't that great, but always aspired to try. An interesting thing to note is that he also has a scene with the slime monster we see in My Hero Academia where Deku tries to save Bakugo from, so the inspiration comes from this original idea. Now with the initial concept art of Deku, after trying to transition Jack into My Hero Academia, Horikoshi went through a couple of iterations where one of his prototype was called Yamikumo. Horikoshi, whilst illustrating the design, thought he would try to make him cool by hiding one of his eyes, but later changed the idea because it seemed too dark for the character that Deku is. He even shortened his hair to fit his simple personality. In addition to this, Horikoshi felt that the character Jack Midoriya needed to be changed because he did not think he can get back into Shonen Jump and be successful with an older protagonist, since most of the fans of Shonen are younger audience, which will result in Deku not being relatable. Because of this thinking, he also changed the setting of the anime to a workspace into a school. Horikoshi believed a school setting for Deku would be best, since he loves origin stories when it comes to superheroes, as in how a superhero becomes the person they are with all the problems that occur in their lives and dealing with being a hero. He also loves Spider-Man, which essentially hits all the plot points and revolves around this very concept. Therefore, he admits that Spider-Man did inspire and shape Deku's character, whilst developing him since Spider-Man comes to his mind when he thinks what it means to be a hero. We have actually done a video with detailed analysis on how Spider-Man inspired Deku in multiple ways. check it out after this video. The link will be in the description below. Lastly, before the anime adaptation premiered, Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto, praised Horikoshi's work, believing that it would be a great success overseas. Horikoshi meanwhile responded by saying Kishimoto's Naruto series is also a primary source of inspiration. So could this mean with what he did with Naruto in the terms of success with his anime franchise, or the character too? Because Naruto himself represents never giving up on your dreams, and in this case it was to become a Hokage, whilst Deku is the exact same in never giving up to become a hero. Their similarities in fact is uncanny, so it does seem plausible to me. We already know that Midoriya was born without a quirk, and he later inherited All Might's One for All. But exactly how strong is he? To determine that, let's go through some of his stats. In the official character data book, Izuku got a total score of 15 out of 25, and that was his score without the use of any quirk. Once he masters One for All, there won't be any reason for him not to have a max score of 25 out of 25. Izuku's ability, like All Might, is named after cities around the world. For instance, his use of Detroit Smash, Delaware Smash and Manchester Smash. However, although Izuku can use All Might's ability, are they actually the same? For instance, when Izuku shouts 100% Detroit Smash, how comparative is that to All Might's power? Let's review his fight against Muscular, which took place in chapter 75 to 76 and episode 42, when Izuku used One for All and followed with shouting 100% and then 1,000,000%. Some of us was thinking, wait, what? Is this 100% of All Might's One for All or 100% of Izuku's One for All? The question arises as Izuku comments on his utter disbelief that Muscular is still conscious even though he used 100% of All Might's power. So does that mean that Izuku's 100% Delaware Smash is equivalent to All Might's? Well, the answer is no. Izuku's One for All is actually only what he can bear. What I'm trying to say is that Izuku might have used 100% of All for One, but the actual output isn't 100% due to the loss of power as his bones break whilst the punch happens. The power itself escapes in all directions and not on the target. So Izuku might be intended to give his 100%, but in the end he would only land a small portion of that percentage. So let's assume he ends up landing 50% of his power. But even that wouldn't be 50% of All Might's power. This is due to the fact that Izuku hasn't fully received the One for All. The only moment he can access the full power is when All Might passes the mantle completely. And according to Horikoshi, the 100% was an exaggerated 100, and it was likely the 100% of the 5% Izuku has access to. So going by everything I said so far, Izuku's power is probably like around 2.5% of All Might's. Now some of this is speculations, so if you guys got any other suggestions, put it down in the comment section below. The opening of Boku No Hero Academia all have a deeper meaning behind them and are quite metaphoric. Opening 2, for example, dictates the message of how Midoriya transitions from a boy that idolizes All Might to slowly becoming his equal. We did a video regarding My Hero Academia opening 2. I'll put the link in the description, in which we go into great detail explaining our thoughts. One of the reasons the opening are so great for My Hero Academia are thanks to the director Kenji Nagasaki, where behind the anime he helped dictate and express his thoughts on what should be shown with the music. For the first opening of My Hero Academia, for example, director Nagasaki admitted they purposely added scenes with Izuku and Bakugo because it concerns Izuku's and All Might's relationships, as well as both of them being an integral part of season 1, since their confrontation is important to the development of the story. Nagasaki even goes to describe how opening 1 is to tell the story of boys and girls who want to become heroes. He said to express those two things, we show that action begins when the pupil gets pulled towards the teachers and then rush into battle. The facial expressions and movement are drawn in a forward-facing way. So yeah, every opening behind My Hero Academia, you can pretty much tell that every scene has some real thought back behind it to coincide with the story and music at the same time. Izuku's family isn't really explored much, but we are given some brief information. Izuku is the son of Hisashi and Inko Midoriya. They both have quirks, and the fact that Izuku is really quirkless was even questioned by the fanbase, as a lot of people think that his quirk will somehow appear later in the series, which I personally doubt. We currently do not know much about Izuku's father, but what we do know is that his name is Hisashi Midoriya, and his quirk is apparently breathing fire, and the reason he isn't around is because he works abroad. A funny thing is that his name, Hisashi, roughly means a long long time ago, which is a reference to the sentence Hishashi Buri, meaning it has been a while since I last saw you, hinting at his absence in the story. And unlike Izuku's father, his mother Inko had her fair share of a backstory as a role of a mother. Her quirk is the attraction of small objects, which is basically having the ability to attract or bring objects towards her body. And like Hishashi, her name is a pun on her character, as Inko's name contains the kanji for pull, from the kanji word attraction, which is a reference to her quirk. In Inko's younger days, she had a slim figure compared to what we see in the present. It is implied her change in appearance and weight gain was a result from the guilt she felt towards Izuku's lack of quirk. Apart from that, it is also implied that Izuku shares many personality traits with his mother, such as crying excessively and being very expressive when it comes to showing their emotions. So being in high school and all, our boy Deku is eventually going to find his crush, and as fans, we are going to instantly come up with the best ships. The number one ship so far in the Boku No Hero Academia community is, you guys guessed it, Izuku and Ochako Uraraka. Ochako, being the first girl Izuku interacted with when he first came to UA High, was a big red light, especially on how he reacted. It didn't take long for them to become best friends. And remember guys, Ochako was the one that gave Izuku a positive outlook on his nickname Deku. Now later in the series, it becomes quite obvious that Uraraka has a crush on Deku, but a lot of fans, especially the manga readers, believe that Izuku doesn't actually have the same feelings that Ochako has towards him. Their reasoning is mainly due to the way that Izuku addresses her in the manga and the fact that he gets excited due to simply her being a girl.
Oh god, it's so good.
As that's the only thing he stated, and he didn't say anything specific about her as an individual, so it does seem like that maybe he just sees her as a friend. But personally guys, I'm sure they are going to be paired up. It's more obvious than the Naruto and Hinata pairing. Apart from Uraraka, there have been other love interests that fans came up with, like Deku x Tsuyu. This pairing is mainly due to wanting green heads to stick together. Some fans even went far enough to pair Deku with Himiko Toga. Now I don't see how they came up with that one, but let me know in the comment section below. Will Deku end up with Uraraka, or is there someone else on your mind? Put it down in the comment section below. The director for My Hero Academia, Kenji Nagasaki, was involved in finding the voices for Bakugo and Izuku, along with most of the other characters. In an interview, he mentioned whilst casting the voices for the characters, they auditioned over 100 people for each character to find the perfect match. In the director's own words, he said, "We actually auditioned about 800 people for each character. For most of the main characters like Deku and Bakugo, we listened to about 100 samples to find the right fit to convey the character's emotion. For example, Deku, who is very emotional, but he has a very strong core. He is very strong inside. We tried to find someone that fits and that can deliver such a wide variety of emotions, so it took a while. When we find that one, all that effort and time spent is worth it." So yeah, even though it took pretty long time, in the end for the Japanese dub, Midoriya's voice was chosen to be none other than Daiki Yamashita, who won the Best Male Newcomer Award at the 8th Seiyu Awards in 2014. Yamashita is also known for his role in voicing Rikuto Ikeda from Assassination Classroom, Yoshio Kobayashi from Trickstar, and Sakamichi Onoda from Yowamushi Pedal. Okay, so we all know that My Hero Academia is clearly inspired by Marvel and DC Comics, with its various superpowers, concept and drawing style as well as theme. But did you ever think that My Hero Academia would get so popular to the point that Marvel will have a contract with them? I always thought it would eventually happen, but not this soon. So I don't know anyone that doesn't know that Avengers Infinity War is out, and after watching it we were pretty blown away. Personally, we gave it a 9 out of 10, but cutting to the chase, as Marvel does what it has to do to market the movie in Japan, they decided to work with My Hero Academia using Izuku and All Might to talk and advertise about the Infinity Wars movie, advising people of Captain America as well as other Marvel heroes. It pretty much encourages people in Japan to be aware of Infinity Wars and Marvel. All Might describes the Avengers as if they exist in My Hero Academia and they are in America protecting the world from villains over there. Believe it or not, the collaboration between the two studios is official. Check out this clip where Izuku admits he is similar to Captain America.
それでは君がプッシュするアベンジャーズヒーローを教えてくれ。
僕はキャプテンアメリカを紹介します。長い眠りから覚めた正義に生きる伝説のヒーロー。彼はひ弱な体で特別な力がなかったから周りにバカにされてたんだけど、どうしても人々のために戦いたいと思って
Izuku, being the protagonist of the series, had no problems in winning the fans. In the first character popularity poll, Izuku placed first, before Todoroki, who was second, and Bakugo, who came third. However, in the second poll, their position shifted, where Bakugo actually snatched away Midoriya's first place, pushing him to second place, and for the third popularity poll, Midoriya remained at second place. With Midoriya being one of the top 3 most popular characters, it gave him a lot of following in the anime community and consequently a lot of cosplays. In fact, if you guys like Midoriya costumes in Boku No Hero Academia, then know that you guys can purchase the actual set for around $364 or 40,380 yen, as Horikoshi actually labeled the price set for Midoriya's costume in one of his illustrations. However, I don't guarantee these prices are legit, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys can actually make his costume, and if you guys do, make sure to share it by posting it on our social media platforms. Alright guys, like always, it's time for a blazing round. Izuku shares his birthday with Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. His birthday is on the 15th of July, giving him the zodiac sign of Cancer, which is pretty cool for us, as both me and Adil has the Cancer zodiac sign. Izuku also shares his birthday with another UA student, Mirio Togata, where a fun thing to note is that Mirio was the top candidate for All Might's successor and inheritor of One for All, before he ended up choosing Midoriya instead. Maybe July the 15th was a special day, who knows. Although we can't determine what year Midoriya was born due to not having a timeline in place, we do know his age. At the start of season 1, Midoriya is 14 years of age. During season 2, he is 15 years of age, and after the time skip in the manga, from the hero license exam arc, Midoriya is 16 years of age. Midoriya is around 166 centimeters or 5 feet 5 inches tall. Midoriya has a blood type of O, and his favorite food is katsudon, a pork cutlet bone. And a fun thing to note is that Midoriya actually appeared on the animation special of The Disastrous Life of Saiki K, which I'm currently watching and I find hilarious. And lastly, according to Horikoshi, the character that he relates the most to is Izuku, mainly because he cries easily and cowers a lot, and apart from that they also share many other similarities. Alright guys, that sums up Izuku Midoriya. Like aforementioned, Boku No Hero Academia is currently our favourite shonen anime and possibly being one of our all-time favourites. Yes, I said it, definitely top tier. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to show it by smashing that like button, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell to stay updated for more videos like this. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.